You can see in this. Guys, yesterday we discussed about, we started with our Java 8 features and some of the important features I'm taking as a workshop. In this function interface is the topic yesterday that we have started, right? And today we are going to see completely about function interfaces, about Lambda expressions and how do we write and what are all the insights of the Lambda expression. Then we'll discuss about what is optional class. Then we'll start with the stream API today. Okay. Let's see how we can do that. Okay. Yesterday we have discussed these things regarding function interface. What is normal interface? What is a marker interface and what is the use of a marker interface, and then function interface. There are three types of interfaces in Java. There are three types of interfaces are there in Java. One is normal interface. Second one is called marker interface, and third one is called function interface. So I want to start from the point where we stopped yesterday. Okay. I have explained about an annotation yesterday that is called what? @function interface. This is what I have explained in the last class. Correct. I told if, for example, you want to create a function interface. Okay, function interface means basically what? It is an interface which contains a single abstract method. I told a function interface can have any number of variables, any number of default methods, and any number of static methods. From Java 8, we discussed yesterday what? Interface also allows to define default methods and static methods also. Will also allow us to define the default methods and static methods also. Am I clear? Yesterday that we discussed this, and now today. But how many abstract methods are allowed in function interface? Only one abstract method is allowed. That is called what? Functional interface. Correct? Now, only one abstract method is allowed. That is called as functional interface. But suppose I'm creating an interface, but I want to write it as a function interface. But by mistake, I have added one more abstract method also. If you look at this, M1 is an abstract method, M3 is an abstract method. Where is abstract keyword? We are not writing this. But we know that what? Even though you don't write abstract keyword, by default, this method is what method? By default, this method is what method? Abstract method. Okay. In interface, all the methods are by default public and abstract methods. And all the variables are public, static, and final variables. Public, static, and final variables. Okay. Right. So there are how many abstract methods in this interface? There are two abstract methods. What are they? M1 and M3. M1 and M3 are what? Two abstract methods. But my requirement is what? I want to actually create this interface as a function interface. But by mistake, I've added one more abstract method also. Okay, then compiler, will the compiler give me any error? Will compiler generate any error for me? Answer is what? No.
No.
No. Compiler doesn't generate error. Compiler will treat this interface as what? Normal interface. Yes, it will treat this as a normal interface. Correct. Now, if I want to get an error from the compiler, for example, I want to strictly create function interface, and if I'm adding more than one abstract method, I want to get an error from compiler. So in this case, I have to add one annotation. What is the annotation? @functional interface. This is annotation. This is annotation that we need to write on top of the interface. Right? This is what I told in the last class. @function interface. Am I clear? Right. Let me do it practically now today. First, I'll use a new workspace. I'm going to use one workspace. I'll create a new workspace. Okay, I'm just creating one new workspace. Okay, now let's see how. Let's see. First of all, I want to create one new Java project. I want to create a new Java project. Project name I want to enter. I want to enter the project name as, let's say, functional program. Something I'm writing that functional program or function interface, whatever, just some project name. I have Java 17 in my machine installed. So Java SE 17 I'm selecting, just finish. Okay, just I want to increase the font size so that you guys can able to see the project and all, right? So for that reason, please understand now. Observe here, guys. What I'm saying is, I just want to increase the font size, okay? Let's say I want to increase the font size for both project structure and also the content, the text, the code. I just want to increase the font size so that you guys can able to see the project. Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, now you can see the project name, functional program. See, what I'm saying is, first, for example, I'm trying to create one interface here. I'm deleting this module info.java. Now I just want to create a new, then I want to create a interface. Now it is not a class, I'm creating an interface. Let's say, for example, I'm creating an interface here. In package name can be something, let's say pack1 I'm using. Actually, we use com.okay. I use otherwise com.ashokit .pack1. Next, class name I'm going to enter. Now, interface name I want to enter is my functional. Then I want to click on finish here. Look at this. Actually, what I'm doing is I want to create one abstract method called M1. I want to create a default method. So default void M2. SOP saying that default implementation. Okay, just default implementation. This is the default method. For example, actually my intention is what I want to create this as a function interface, but I added, by mistake, I have added one more abstract method also. Now we can see M1, M2, M3. M1 is abstract method. M2 is a default method. Use default keyword in interface to create a default method. Okay, then we have M3. I told already this default keyword is nowhere related with the default access modifier. If you don't write any access modifier, by default is default. That is access modifier. This default is a keyword. This default keyword can be used only with a method to create default methods, and it can be used only in what? Interface. We can't use it in class. We can only use it in interface. Okay, na? Right. There are two abstract methods created. What are they? M1 and M3. But actually, I want to create this as a functional interface. Okay, that's why I'm not getting an error actually. If you look at this now in my code, I don't have an error. In this interface, I don't have any error. Compiler is not generating any error because of compiler is now understanding that it is a normal interface. But my intention is what I want to make it as a functional interface. So for that, what I'm writing now at the rate functional interface. There is an annotation called what at the rate functional interface. Now see, after adding this annotation called at the rate functional interface, then I'm getting an error. Compiler is generating an error at line number 4. So why it is giving me an error? Okay, I just kept my cursor there. I got a tooltip message, invalid functional annotation, invalid at the rate function interface annotation. My functional is not a functional interface. You got one tooltip message there. You got a message there. Okay, good. What is the point saying? If you add this annotation, compiler will check whether it is a function interface or not. If it is not a function interface, it will generate a compile time error. But if you don't add this annotation, it will treat like a normal interface. So when you want to strictly create functional interfaces in your application, then you add this annotation called what? At the rate functional interface. Now I remove this M3. For example, only M1 and M2 methods are there. Now the error is gone. I don't have an error at line number 4. I have no error at line number 4, right? I have no error at line number 4. Now this is called what type of interface? Functional interface. Okay, na? Next. One more thing. Today, this is what yesterday I told you. This is what we discussed yesterday. Okay, right? Now, understand, there is one more thing that I want to show you practically. Like yesterday, we discussed about an interface can have default methods, right? Suppose I have an interface called myFunctional. It has one M2 method, which is the default. Correct? M2 method is default. Let's say I'm creating one more function interface called myFunctional2. Let's say, guys, I'm just creating one more functional interface with the name M2. With the name M2. Okay, now let's start this, guys. Yeah, guys, observe it what I'm saying. I want to create one more function interface. Okay, interface name is myFunctional2. Okay, so leave about whether it is function interface or not a function is secondary. Okay, just I'm creating two interfaces called myFunctional and myFunctional2. Okay, here my explanation is not related to function interface. I'll talk about function interface further next. But yesterday there is a question, but because of time constraint, I have not explained the answer for that. I'm going to explain the answer for that now. Suppose I have an interface here. One interface name is myFunctional. Another interface name is myFunctional2. For example, here also I have a default method called M2. System.out.println. I want to change the default implementation. myFunctional2. Default implementation myFunctional2. This is default implementation myFunctional. Okay, there is one interface called myFunctional. There is another interface called what? myFunctional2. There are two interfaces are there. One is myFunctional. Second one is called myFunctional2. Am I clear with this? Okay, but thing is what? For example, okay, let me write one more method here, void. Okay, it can have abstract method also. Don't worry about that. Let's say remove abstract method. Here also I'm removing abstract method. If I remove the abstract method, again I'm getting an error at line number 4. I got a red cross mark at line 4, which is indicating that what this is an error because this is not a functional interface. I will remove this annotation. Okay, now you can see that there are two interfaces with me. One is myFunctional, next one is myFunctional2. But what's the method in myFunctional? M2. Default method name is M2. What about myFunctional2? Here also default method name is M2. Now I want to create a class. One new class I'm creating. Class name is, let's say class A. Class A. What? It implements myFunctional and also myFunctional2. I want to add both of them. Add this. Okay. Now you can see there is a class called class A. It implements what? myFunctional, myFunctional2. Two interfaces it is implementing. I'm getting an error here. I didn't understood why it is giving error, why compiler is giving an error at line number 3. If you look at myFunctional, do we have any abstract methods to override? Is there any abstract methods available in myFunctional to implement or redefine? No. In myFunctional2, do you find any abstract methods to implement?
No.
There are no abstract methods. Then when a class implements both my functional comma my functional to the two interfaces, why it is giving me an error?
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Yeah.
Because of ambiguity. What's the ambiguity? My functional has M2 method, default method. My functional 2 also contains same method called what? M2.
Both method are same due to
For example,
ambiguity.
For example, if this is M1 in my functional, this is M2. Now see class A.
No error.
No error.
No error.
Yeah.
Because
So guys, come to the point here. I want to tell you something.
Method are different.
Okay. So if for example, there are two interfaces are there, independent. My functional 2, both are two different interfaces, right? But both are having same default method. And when a class implements both interfaces, then the class will get an ambiguity.
Yes.
Okay, right? The class will get an ambiguity. It should use which default implementation? This class should use the default implementation of M2 method from my functional interface or from my functional 2. That's why it is getting an ambiguity. Because of that ambiguity, we are getting an error. This is ambiguity error. I can keep the cursor to just check. So duplicate default methods named M2 with the parameters empty are inherited from both types. What are the two types? My functional 2 and my functional. You are getting some a good tooltip message.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then how can I solve this problem? What is the solution for this problem? The solution for this problem is what, guys? I have to override that method M2. The default method I should override in my class, and I should call which default implementation I want to use in this class explicitly. So solution is what? @override. Solution is what? @override. The default method you are overriding. M2 is a method you are overriding. You're overriding. Now error is gone.
Yes.
No error is there because you're overriding the default method M2. Now, actually, I want to use the default implementation of my functional. Then how to call? My functional dot it's a special syntax. My functional dot super dot M2. Now tell me my class is using the default method of which interface now?
My functional.
The default method M2 from which interface it is using?
My functional.
My functional. My functional. If I run this, okay, if I want to run this, of course, I need to define the main class also.
Sir, my function, sir.
It is from my functional. Okay, I'll show you the output now. Don't worry. In the same class, I want to write main method also. Okay, just a minute. In this main method, what I want to create object of class A. Class A. Let's say class CLS A equal to new class A. What I'm creating here, object of what? Class A. Then what I say, CLS A dot M2. For this class A, in this main method, I'm creating object. Now this time, my main method also I have defined in the same class A. Here I'm creating in the main method, first I'm creating an object, then I'm calling M2. Now whose M2 is calling now? My M2 method is overriding, the overriding method M2 is calling whose default method? My functional. Let's see. You got answer for the output you got here? Default implementation. Yes, default implementation of my functional. My functional. Okay. If I write my functional 2 dot super dot M2. Again, if I run the code, now this time my class A is using default implementation of M2 method in my functional 2. In my functional 2. The ambiguity problem got resolved here. Okay. This is the answer. Yesterday I've explained, but I didn't make up a program or code because of time constraint. But today, as we have the time now, so just I have explained this point. This is important point. Next. What if I want to use both the default implementations? Then also possible. How do I do that? Call the two my functional dot super dot m2. Okay. My functional dot super dot m2. Run this, you will get the output of both lines. It is calling the default implementation of my functional and also the default method defined in my functional too. Both the methods are called because of I have added two statements here. This is the solution for the question yesterday that you have asked. I told yesterday the solution, but practically I'm showing you now today. This statement I'm telling you today. That interface name dot super dot default method. Okay. So this is how the solution can be provided for the ambiguity problem. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay. This is the solution I told. Now, because today there are many topics are there, so just I want to go further. I'm talking about only function interface. Okay, I'll remove this my functional too. Even I'm removing this class also because these are only just to show you whether it is working or not. Now, I'm in something called as my functional. I want to make it as a function interface. I want to create one abstract method called what? M1. And what's the annotation I want to add? @ function interface. Got it? I have @ function interface, which is called as one function interface. Correct? I have a function interface with a name called what? @ function interface. Interface in my functional. It is a function interface because it contains only one abstract method that is called function interface. Yesterday only we discussed all these points. Coming to today's point, what I want to explain. Suppose I'm creating a method like this. Observe it. I'm creating one more abstract method. Let's say abstract method is Boolean equals of object O semicolon. If you look at this, guys, if you look at this, there are two abstract methods here in this interface called my functional. There are two abstract methods. One is M1. Second one is equals. Because you see, I'm keeping semicolon here and there. But why? Can you understand why the compiler is not generating any error? Even though there are two abstract methods. There are two abstract methods.
Sir, maybe it will treat as superclass equals method.
Yeah. See, please understand me now. How many abstract methods are there here in this function interface, guys? There are two abstract methods are there. There are two abstract methods. One method is what? M1. And other method is what? Equals. Equals. Two methods are there. Both are what? Functional. Both are abstract methods. But still, even though both are abstract methods, but I'm not getting any error.
No,
I'm
sir.
not getting any error. Yeah. Why? Because, see, in a functional interface, if any method from object class is added as a abstract method, a method from object class is added as a abstract method in function interface, still it is function interface only. Equals is a method from object class. Object is a superclass for all classes in Java. So
Yes,
if
sir.
any method of object class is added as an abstract method in the function interface, but still it is function interface only. Okay. Now that's a point to understand. That's why I'm adding this statement. Next one. Observe here, guys. I'll tell you something. Everybody, see here, guys. I'm saying like this. Now, for example, return type is string, method name is toString. Now, if you observe, how many abstract methods are looking? If you look at this interface, how many abstract methods you can find?
3, sir.
3. But still, it is working like what interface only? Functional interface only. It is looking like functional interface only. Why? Why it is looking like function interface only? Because these methods are from object class. These are from object class.
Object class, sir. toString.
Yeah. This is from object class. This is one more
Yes,
thing that
sir.
you should know at the time of creating a function interface, right? Okay.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Good. For example, I'm writing. Let's say, return type is int. Method name is hash code. That you know that equals method, toString method, hash code method, clone method, these are all coming from object class.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
if you look at this interface, there are 4 abstract methods. There are 4 abstract methods in what? This interface. This interface contains what? 4 abstract methods. But still, it is a function interface. Because out of 4 methods, the 3 methods are the methods from object class. The signature of these methods are matching with the methods in object class. If an abstract method signature is matching with a method in object class, then still that interface is going to become like a functional interface only. That's what the point I want to add in the document now. The next point I want to write. Right. What's the point I want to write? If an abstract method or if a method, anything, if any method of object class is declared as abstract method in the functional interface, then it is considered as functional interface only. We won't get a compile time error. It is considered as function interface only. If any method of object class is declared as abstract method in the function interface, then it is considered as function interface only. Okay, that's the point. Example, I'll copy that code. I can copy this code. This is the code for you. In this code, what are you finding? You are finding that there is a equals method, there is a toString method and hash code method, for example. Actually, this interface is containing 4 abstract methods. Here, okay, the interface myFunctional has 4 abstract methods. So here the interface myFunctional what has 4 abstract methods. Okay, 4 abstract methods. But out of them, 3 methods are matching with the methods of object class. So it is functional interface only. Guys, so it is a function interface only. Got it, right? So it is called what? It is called what? Function interface only. Okay, it is called what? Function interface only. Am I clear with this? So it is called what? Functional interface only. Clear? Let's go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Everybody are getting my point? So when I'm writing an implementation class for my functional, tell me if I'm writing an implementation class for my functional, do I need to override all M1 equals toString and hash code methods? If you look at this now, I want at a class now. Let's write new class I'm creating. Let's say class A. Okay, this class A implements my functional. Tell me now, in this class, how many methods have to override? I mean, I'm getting an error now. At line number 3, I'm getting an error. So which means I'm asking about a
Yes.
question like how many methods have to override in this class A? How many methods I have to override?
Only
Sir,
one.
one, sir. One,
All
sir.
right. Yeah. Actually, there are 4 abstract methods. M1 equals toString hash code. But only M1 is enough to override. Because equals method, toString method, hash code method, even though if you don't override in this class, but you are getting those methods from object class. Because for
Yes,
your
sir.
class, superclass is object now. You know that for every class in Java, by default, superclass is object. So you are getting those definitions from, you are getting those method definitions from object class. That's why you no need of overriding it. Am I clear? Right? So which method is enough to override? Only one method. Which method? M1 method. M1 method. That's it. When I'm overriding M1 method, you can see the error is gone. Error is gone. Correct? Let me write the point here. Then I'll start with what is lambda expression. The next point I want to write. Let me add the point here. What's the point? When a class implements the above functional interface, I repeat, when a class implements the above functional interface, correct. When a class implements the above function interface, it has to override only. Okay, now it has to override what? How many? Only one what? Abstract method. It has to override only one abstract method. That is M2. That is M1 method. Okay. Why? What's the reason behind it? I'll tell you. Yeah, come to the point. Why? Why we should? Why not the other methods? No, I'll tell you the reason. A class by default extends object class and gets the definitions of equals, hash code, toString. Definitions of these 3 methods from that object class. Now I just want to write example. Okay, just only M1 method is enough to override. So class A implements my functional. Good. Now you got to know about how we can create the. Now you got to know about a concept called as how can we create a functional interface, right? And can we add abstract methods of, can we add object class methods as abstract methods in function interface or not? These things you got to know today, which is an important one. Now coming to implementations. Now you need to understand. Okay, I told example, runnable, comparator, comparable. These are all called what type of interfaces only? Runnable is a marker, function interface. Comparator is a function interface. Comparable is a function interface. We can also create our own custom function interfaces also. How do we create? By adding annotation called @function interface, so that you will get an error if you are violating the function interface principle. Okay. Coming to now we need to enter into the actual concept of what the use of lambda expressions. Function interfaces and lambda expressions, that what I can say, we can discuss combinedly. So we are going to understand about what the use of why lambda expressions. That's the next point I'm going to explain, why lambda expressions. Okay, right. Comparator, comparable, these are all are there even before Java 8 also. But from Java 8, they became function interfaces because of Java 8 has introduced a concept called as functional interfaces. Correct? And at the same time, Java 8 also given many function interfaces. I repeat, Java 8 has given many functional interfaces. Okay. Out of that, 4 interfaces are important for us to work with our next further programming with the Stream API. Okay. So I just want to name them so that you people can able to, what I can say, in streams, when you are working with the Stream API, okay, then it will be good for you while working with the Stream API. The 4 function interfaces, I just want to name them and what are the abstract methods in that. That also we are going to discuss. Okay. Right. Let me tell you. Just a minute. Okay. Guys, tell me, what's the point I'm explaining? These are interfaces which are called function interfaces. What are they? Runnable, comparable, comparator. These are all function interfaces. What I'm saying now, in Java 8, there are multiple functional interfaces are newly included. Out of them, there are 4 interfaces which are important. Each function interface contains only one abstract method. Right? Okay. Let me talk about the function interface and this abstract method. I will write in the form of a table. That's what I'm thinking on. Here. For example, we are discussing about some of the function interfaces, right? I want to write the function interface and its abstract method. The single abstract method. Okay. Single abstract method. Let us take like a table format first. If I talk about function interface called as a runnable. So can you tell me now what is the abstract method in runnable? Runnable is a function interface which contains an abstract method called run method. Return type of the run is void. No parameters are there. Void run. Run method doesn't accept any parameters. Next. I want to ask next. For example, if you take comparator. Of course, comparator is a generic type. So of T. Comparator of T. Type T for type, right? Comparator of T. Can you tell me what is the abstract method in comparator?
Predicate.
Compare.
Comparator has compare method. Abstract method I'm asking. Compare. Compare method return type is what?
Int.
Int. Compare of T01 comma T02. T for type. You know generics concept. Next. Comparable. Comparable. You know comparable is also what?
Compared to method.
Comparable is also what?
Functional interface.
It's a function
Interface.
interface.
Function.
What's the method name?
Int.
Compare to.
Compared to
Compare to return type.
int.
Int.
Int. Compare to is a method.
Single
Parameter
argument.
is what?
Single argument.
Only one argument. T01. One argument only. Compare to method takes only single argument. Compare method takes two arguments, but compare to method takes only one argument. It will compare the current object with the parameter object. So that is compared to. These three are from previous versions of Java as well. And there are also function interfaces now in Java 8. But there are some interfaces which Java 8 has newly included. And those interfaces will be helpful for you in streams while working with the streams next today. They are called predicate. Predicate. It is one function interface. Predicate is a function interface which contains an abstract method called as test. And test method returns Boolean. Return type is Boolean. Method name is test. And accepts one parameter, test T. Okay, right. So predicate is also one function interface. Remember that. Next. Okay. And whatever I'm just giving you now, these are from Java 8. I mean, these are not there before Java 8, but we got them from Java 8. Next one I write consumer. Consumer of T. T for type. Consumer is also one function interface now. It has one method called as accept. Abstract method is accept. Accept method in type is void. Void accept of T. Next, there is one more function interface, guys, and that is called as, let's say,
Supplier.
function. I'll take one more function. But it takes the generic types are two, T comma R. T for type, R for return value. And the abstract method in this is called apply, which returns R apply of T. You will understand all these things today in some point of time. Today in some point of time that you are going to understand all these things. Okay. Next, one more important one is called supplier. Supplier of T. And the supplier has just only one method called get. It doesn't take any parameter. It returns a value. So this is the one important table, like important function interface set one place. Important function interface at one place. I'm just giving them. This is a one table. So here you will understand about who is a function interface and what is the abstract method, single abstract method in that. So last four, predicate, consumer, function, supplier. These are some of the new functional interfaces added in Java 8. Before Java 8, we don't have them. But from Java 8, we got them. Remaining three, we know from Java previous versions only, Java 4, Java 5 only, we know all these things like runnable, comparator, comparable, all these things. But this predicate, consumer, function, supplier, these are all from Java 8. These are also called function interfaces, and these are the abstract methods of these interfaces. And this will help you when we are working with the Lambda and also when you are working with the Stream API. Okay. That's why I just want to provide a table like this, and I want to keep it in the document for your reference. Okay, this will help you. Just I'm keeping in the document so that you people can able to refer the doc and can understand what are the new function interfaces from Java 8. Next. Now coming to question like why Lambda expressions? Okay. This is going to be again, and it will play a key role in entire Java 8. So first, let us understand in a step by step. Guys, what we want to discuss about why Lambda expression. Why Lambda expression? Yeah. First of all, if I want to implement an interface, I must define a class. If I want to implement an interface, I must define a class.
Yes.
Correct. A class can implement an interface.
Yes.
Correct. Understand the concept here. Everyone. Try to understand what's the point I'm trying to say. Tell me, if I want to implement a functional interface also, I must define a class, right?
Yes.
If I want to implement a functional interface also, I must define a class, even though it is containing a single abstract method and I need to override a single abstract method, but still I need to define a class. But still I must define what? A class, that's for sure.
Yes.
Okay. See. Let's consider an example. Let's consider one example. I'll take the example so that you people can understand better. Our intent is why Lambda expressions. I have a question. Or question or requirement, whatever it is. My requirement is, okay. Let's say comparator, because I think comparator is already known to all of you. Let's say comparator example. Comparator is a function interface, right? My requirement is, let's say, for example, I want to sort the employees. I want to sort the employees in ascending order. I want to sort the employees in ascending order of salary. Tell me, if at all I want to sort the employees in ascending order, then tell me I should create one comparator. Okay. Requirement is, what's the requirement? I want to sort the employees. I want to sort the employees of a list in ascending order of their salaries. I want to sort the employees of list in ascending order of their salaries. Okay. Tell me, what's the solution? If I want to sort the employees of a list in ascending order of their salaries.
Tree set is there.
You
by
can
default.
implement the comparator.
See, I want to sort the employees of a list in ascending order of their salaries. Tell me the solution now. Solution is what? What can I do?
Collections
there,
dot
right?
sort list first argument, second argument is a comparator object.
Means I have to define a comparator.
Yes.
So I have to create a class. I have to create a class by implementing comparator.
Yes.
Yes, then I can sort the list of employees with sorting order, like employees ascending order of the salaries. So first, what the requirement? I have to create one comparator. Solution is what? Solution. First. Solution is what? First, create a comparator class. First, create a comparator class. Okay, first create a comparator class. Next, sort the list. Sort the list with comparator. Did you get my point? Sort the list with comparator. You know already collections. That's why I told you yesterday. If you want
Yes.
to understand this Java 8, you must know collections.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First create a comparator class. Next, sort the list with comparator. How can I do that? First of all, how to create this comparator? For example, class
Employee implements comparator.
class emp sal ascending comparator implements
Comparator.
comparator of employee.
Type employee sal comparator. Employees
I want to override this method.
int
Return
public
type is int.
compare
Method is compare. It has parameter of employee E1 or O1, whatever it is. Employee O2. Okay, you write the logic here. I'm just talking about how do you do. Okay. Right. Comparator is what? An interface, a function interface. It has only one abstract method called compare, and we are overriding that method by creating a class. Okay, right. Now, again, I got a requirement. My requirement is what?
to sort the salary.
My next requirement is I want to sort the employees
Employee salary.
of a list in descending order of their salaries. I want to sort the employees in descending order of their salaries. Then tell me what's the solution. First,
Main class.
create a comparator class. Second, that is called next, sort the list with comparator. I'm not doing complete code. I'm only talking about how we can do that. Anyhow, we are going to do that because of our Lambda. Next, we are going to see with the Lambda. Am I clear with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then tell me how to create the class now by implementing comparator. Again, the almost the same class.
Yes, sir.
I did, but I want to name the classes. For example, EMP cell DESC comparator for descending order. Okay. Now coming to the point. Comparator is a marker interface. Sorry, function interface which contains only one abstract method called what?
Compare.
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 Compare is only one abstract method. Comparator has only one abstract method called what? Compare.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Correct. Good. Good. Next, what I'm saying is, if for example, I want to provide multiple implementations of comparator, I'm creating multiple classes.
Yes.
Okay. For example, my next requirement is let's say I have other requirements also. Like sort the employees, of a list in ascending order of employee numbers, descending order of employee numbers. What next? Ascending order of employee names, descending order of employee names. Etc. Now tell me what to do. Then what is the solution? Just for salary, how many comparator classes I created?
1.
How many classes I've created? 2 classes I've created. One is EMP sal ascending comparator. Second one is EMP sal descending comparator. Similarly for what? Similarly for employee numbers. Employee numbers ascending comparator, employee number descending comparator. Similarly for what? Names. Employee names ascending comparator, employee names descending comparator. So finally what I'm trying to say. So now finally what I'm trying to say.
One comparator.
Yeah, we need to define a comparator each time when a requirement comes in like this. So comparator is a function interface. Just we are overriding how many abstract methods? Only one. But still, we are creating one class to override that one abstract method, which is increasing the number of classes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the solution, I'll tell you. Otherwise, to provide a solution or to provide answer anything, to provide a solution for the above, I have to create multiple classes by implementing comparator interface. Right? Comparator is what? Marker interface, sorry, function interface, which contains only one abstract method. So what is happening now? If you are, what I can say, if you are providing implementation for a function interface by creating a class, number of classes are increasing. You are not overriding multiple methods, just only one method you are overriding. Right? So it is increasing the number of classes. So the point is, this traditional approach, this is called traditional. This traditional approach will increase the number of classes in application. Will increase the number of classes in the application, in an application. Will increase the number of classes in an application. It's a traditional approach, obviously. Right? What this traditional approach is doing? It is increasing the number of classes in application. What's the solution? The solution is reduce the number of classes. For implementing function interface, don't create a class, because yes, you have to override one abstract method only, not multiple abstract methods. That's where lambda expressions are given. Right? Actually, other approach is there. Without creating a class, if I want to provide implementation, then I need to go for anonymous implementation. So I do not want to discuss that. Multiple of you people know about it and multiple of you people don't know about that, but no need to go into that. Actually, there is another approach, is anonymous implementation. Anonymous implementation is a complex implementation. I mean, inside the method, we need to define the logic we need to provide implementation for the interface. That is called as anonymous implementation. That is called as anonymous implementation. So finally, our question is why lambda expressions? To reduce the number of classes. To reduce the number of classes and to provide the implementation for function interfaces by reducing the number of classes. Then Java has introduced, or Java 8 has introduced a concept called as lambda expressions. To provide, this point is important. Let me write in a different color. I repeat. To provide the implementation, to provide the implementation for a function interface by without creating a class. To provide the implementation for a function interface by without creating a class. Lambda expressions are introduced. Now I no need of creating introducing Java 8. You got the answer for the question now. Why lambda expressions? Now tell me, if I want to provide implementation, everyone. Okay. Everybody. If I want to provide implementation for a function interface now, I no need of creating a class now. So with the lambda expressions, what we can reduce now? We can reduce the number of classes in application. With the lambda expressions, what we can reduce the number of classes in an application. This is the solution. Did you understand now what is my question? First of all, why? Our question is what? Why lambda expression? For that, I gave finally one solution. What is the solution? To provide the implementation for a function interface by without creating a class. Lambda expression is introduced. What we can do the lambda expressions? We can reduce number of classes in application. Is this point is clear now? Is this point is clear now? Okay. Is this point is clear now?
Yes,
Yeah, I
sir.
know.
Right.
Okay.
I want to let's see with the example to understand. First of all, now we'll understand about how do we create the lambda expression.
Very useful to
Yeah.
It has limited and people to stack the connection with the lambda expression is
Okay. Now let's go ahead. Let's see.
Sir, one question I have with the default method, sir, when we define the default method, is it going to be functional interface by default or because usually the old interfaces don't support default methods, right, sir?
Okay, no issue. See, is functional interface may or may not contain default methods. Is it mandated to have a default method in an interface?
No, sir, it is not
All right.
mandatory. Earlier days, we used to give only abstract methods, right, sir?
Okay. If, for example, you have earlier one interface which contains only one abstract method, but it doesn't
sir.
have any default methods, that is also called
Regular
function
interface, right, sir?
interface.
Okay,
See,
okay.
is it mandated to have a default method in a function interface?
no.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Only single abstract method. That is only.
Only requirement is it must contain single abstract method. Default
sir.
methods there are not, static methods are there are not, variables are there are not. That is not the case, right?
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Okay,
Good.
sir. Okay.
So with the lambda expressions, we can reduce what? The number of classes in an application. That's a very important point that you got it. Okay, now let us see we'll take up example and we will see how we can convert that into a lambda expression. First of all, let's see the syntax of lambda expression. Okay. The syntax of a lambda expression is containing three parts. The first one is called arguments list within parentheses. Then next followed by one arrow token, then followed by body. So if I start writing syntax of lambda, if I talk about syntax of lambda expression. Okay. The syntax of lambda expression, it is looking like this. It is looking like this. What is looking like? First, arguments. Then arrow token. Then body. First is arguments within parentheses. Then arrow token. Then body. This is the syntax of lambda expression. Let's see how lambda expression will make the code very concise and I mean very short by taking an example. And we will also write that example. I mean, now I'm just explaining pieces, but later we will, paste all the pieces to make like a program. First, every lambda expression looks like this, the syntax of lambda expression. First arguments will be there, then arrow token, then body. This is the syntax of lambda. Okay. Whatever the arguments are there in the lambda, the arguments list should be same as the arguments of the abstract method. What is the meaning of same as in terms of number of arguments, or in terms of type of arguments, in terms of order of arguments, it must be same as of abstract method. Okay, that's the first one, arguments. And of course, if you want argument types, we can eliminate. Argument type is not mandatory, we can eliminate. And even parentheses also we can eliminate if there is only one argument. And the next is arrow token, the second part. Third part is body, which is a single, it could be a single statement block. It could be a single statement or a block of statements, whatever it is. Okay. To understand all these things, first, of course, I will write some statements on this. Okay. Arguments must be same as the arguments of the abstract method in function interface. Because you are providing implementation for a function interface using lambda expression.
Yes.
So the arguments must be same as the arguments of the abstract method. Same as in the sense, number of arguments, their types, and the order must be same. Then arrow token. Then body. Body can be a single statement or body can be a block of statements. Okay. And at the time of writing arguments, we can eliminate the parentheses if the argument is a single argument. If the arguments are multiple arguments, parenthesis is mandatory. If there are no arguments also, parenthesis is mandatory. So writing the lambda expression will play a key role even further to discuss our streams today. Okay. Let me give you, this is an important thing that you are learning. Okay. First, I will take up an example. Just how to write using lambda expression. How can we provide in implementation for an interface? Okay. Observe here. Suppose, assume that let me take up guys? Yeah. Look at this just to understand about all these things, guys. See, what I'm saying is, guys, let's say I have an interface called as what? Interface. It is a function interface, @ function interface. First, I'm taking my own. It's my own function interface. For example, my interface name is public interface. And my interface name is my function interface. It has one abstract method. It has one abstract method. A single abstract method with return type is void. Okay, return type is void. Method name is method1. Of 2 arguments are there. Int x, comma, int y. Semicolon. Tell me first of all, is it a function interface?
Yes.
Yes. Now, what is our requirement? We want to provide implementation for this function interface without creating a class. How it is possible without creating a class means?
By implementing
By
the
use-
lambda expression.
By creating lambda expression or by writing lambda expression, anything. Without creating a class, if you want to provide implementation, then you can go for lambda expression. Lambda expressions are given for what? To reduce the number of classes and to make the code very short, concise. Right. What's the syntax of lambda expression now? This is an interface. How to write implementation with the lambda expression? Here in the bottom I'm writing. First of all, tell me lambda expression contains what? First part in the lambda expression is
Argument.
In a bracket xy.
parenthesis
Y.
arguments. Okay. First tell me arguments must be same as the arguments of the abstract method.
Interface
Yeah.
methods.
For the abstract method here, method 1, what are the arguments? Method name is not important. Immediately our eyes must go to parameters only. What's the parameters here?
Int and y.
Int, number. Two parameters are there. Number. Types are what? Int. Parameter name can be x, y or a, b. See, parameter name I can change, no problem. But I cannot change the order of the parameter. I can't change the number of parameters. I can't change the type of parameters, right? Let's say what I'm writing now. Int x, comma, int y, close. Arrow token. Arrow token. Suppose I want to implement the body as x plus y. What is the return type here? Void. Void means what? It should not return any value. So system dot out dot println of x plus y. Now, did everyone understood this? First lambda expression is clear.
Yes.
Okay. This is called, first part is called what? This part is called arguments. This part is arguments. This is called arrow token. Second part. This is the body. Now tell me the body has how many statements here? Single statement. One statement. If there is only one statement, the curly braces are not mandatory.
Yes, not required.
When more than one statement is when there is more than one statement, when the body contains more than one statement, then
Curly braces is required.
curly braces is mandatory. Okay.
Sir,
Are
give
you,
me
are you
one
able to
example.
get my point? Yeah. The body has only one statement. That's why curly braces I'm not writing. Optional. Start the curly brace, end the curly brace. This I'm not writing. This I'm not writing. This curly brace I'm not writing. But when there is more than one statement, then curly braces are mandatory.
Sir, we
So-
eliminated the class, right, sir? Without the class, we are just writing in one line now, right?
No.
Implementation
I mean, we are providing implementation without writing a class.
class. Okay, sir. Okay.
No need of class now.
Right, sir. Right. Sir, it
Okay.
is more less number of lines, but more confusion, right, sir? In terms
It's
of
not confusion. Yeah, no. Until you get a good concept on this, it looks like confused, but it's really very easy, very simple.
Sir, where you will write this?
I will, in example, we will write, I'll tell you. First,
Okay.
understand about how to write implementation using Lambda. That's it. Not the complete example I'm asking you to understand.
Okay.
Just I'm asking that. Please write it. Otherwise, what I can say is, see, this is a bit confusing. If I write both, you will understand. Suppose this interface I want to implement now. I have to create a class now. Let's say class. Let's say, for example, my class implements my function interface. Then I'm overriding this method called as method1 @override. Public void method1 of int x comma int y. System.out.println of x plus y. Now tell me, leave about Lambda. Suppose we don't know Lambda. Then tell me, is this the way of creating implementation class or not?
Yes.
Yes. If you have an interface called my function interface, then you have to create a class by implementing this interface, and you have to override this method called method1, and you have to define the logic like this to display x plus y value. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Now what I'm saying now, from Java 8, I want reduce number of classes now. So I can eliminate this class. So I can eliminate this class now just by creating a simple expression. That is what my Lambda expression. That is what my Lambda expression. Tell me now, this entire class and entire code, I can replace with a simple one statement, or it is making my code very concise now.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. So tell me, first part is called what? First part is called what? Arguments list. Arguments. Okay. So the arguments must be same as? Arguments must be same as?
Our abstract
Same
method.
as?
Our abstract
Same as the
method.
arguments of abstract method. Okay. What are the arguments of abstract method? Int. Same as means not the name of the argument. Type, number, type, and order.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what the type?
Arguments,
Int,
or we
int.
can call parameters also, right, sir? Either way we can call.
Anything. Parameters list or arguments list, both are same.
Right,
Yeah.
sir.
So this is int 2. Number of arguments are matching. Order also matching, int comma int. Type also matching. Number of arguments 2. Type of arguments are int. Orders are int comma int. So it should match. Same as that. Names can be A, B, or XY. That is not a matter. And this arrow token is the second part. And third part is called, to separate the arguments and body, there is arrow token. Then this is a body. System.out.println of x plus y. Am I clear with you?
Sir, this Lambda expression is purely developed for functional interfaces only, right? Yes.
Purely or only for function interface only. We can't use Lambda expression for normal interfaces, or let's say marker interfaces. Only for function interfaces.
Because there will be an ambiguity if we use normal interface.
No, for normal interface, you don't have one abstract method. Now there can be 2, 3, 4 also, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Good. So guys, did you understand now? Next, one more thing I want to say. At the time of writing the arguments, let me shortcut it now. Arguments type is not mandatory. Type is not mandatory. Types can be eliminated. You don't need to worry about types. You can eliminate. Means what I can write now simply? X comma y. X comma y. Arrow token. Let's say system.out.println of x plus y. So if you look at this, I'm not typing, I'm not providing argument types. We can eliminate. So argument types can be eliminated. You don't need to worry about argument types. But number of arguments and order of arguments, that we need to take care. Argument types you can eliminate. One thing, this is allowed, valid. But for example, if you start writing, these are called inferred types. Inferred types means they will infer the types. I mean, they will consider this first argument as int, second argument also as int. They will infer. They are called inferred types. But if you write, for example, int x comma y, then arrow token system.out.println of x plus y. This will give you an error. This is wrong because here you are providing argument type. For one argument, you are providing the type. For the other argument, you are not providing the type. So at the time of writing arguments, either you can declare the type for all the arguments, or you can remove the type for all the arguments. But you cannot write mixed. This mixed will give you error. This mixed is going to give you an error. So hope you are getting the point what I'm saying now. Okay, this mixed will give you an error. Am I clear? Let me add all these points now. I'm explaining, but I do add the points now. Next step. When curly braces are mandatory, when the body contains a block of
More than
there is a single statement, then curly braces is optional. Okay. Curly braces, the presence of curly braces is not mandatory when the body contains not more than one statement. If for example, there are more statements are there, then curly braces is mandatory, more than one statement. Okay. Did you get my point now?
yes,
If the body contains a block of statements, curly braces is mandatory.
mandatory.
Yeah. Good. Try to understand the point now. There are lambda expressions will play a key role actually. Learning lambda expressions is very, very important. Okay. So you got the important thing about either you declare the type for all the arguments or you remove the types for all the arguments in the lambda expression. But don't add type for one argument and not for other argument. This will give you an error. This is wrong way of writing the lambda expression. But this is correct way of writing. This is also correct way of writing. Okay.
Sir, argument name
Good.
also we can change, right? Instead
Now
of
change.
x comma
Argument
y,
name can be
x.
changed. That's what parameter name can be any name. Instead of x comma y, you can write a comma b. That's not an issue. Instead of writing x comma y, you can change to a comma b. Two arguments are there or not, that's it. But name can be different. Okay, name can be different. Name can be different. Yes, we can do a different name. No issue. So let me add these points now. What's the point? First point to write. What the first I want to write for these arguments? Arguments in a lambda expression must be same as the arguments of which method? Abstract method. Okay, same. What is the meaning of same here? Here, same means okay. Can you tell me what is my meaning of same here? What I told about same? In terms of number
of arguments.
In terms of number of arguments. Next what? Type of arguments and type of arguments and order of arguments. in terms of number of arguments, type of arguments, and order of arguments. It must be same. That's what the meaning of same. Okay. So arrow token separates the arguments and body. And at the time of writing arguments, what about parenthesis? Parenthesis we can eliminate. Okay. Parenthesis we can eliminate.
When
If the
only
number
one
of arguments are, if the number of arguments are 1, then parenthesis we can eliminate. Otherwise, parenthesis is mandatory. If there is only one argument, tell me, if there is only one argument, what can I do? If there is only one argument, then what can I do?
You can eliminate the parenthesis.
If there is only one argument, we can
Eliminate the parenthesis.
eliminate the parenthesis.
One statement, right, sir? Not argument.
No. I am talking about parenthesis, not curly brace. Curly brace different, parenthesis different. No?
Oh, this parenthesis. Okay, sir.
Yeah. If there is only one argument, we can eliminate the parenthesis.
Okay,
But
sir.
if there are 0 arguments, parenthesis is mandatory. If there is a 0 argument, parenthesis is mandatory. If there is more than one argument also, parenthesis is mandatory. Okay, next. We can eliminate what? We can eliminate
data type.
data type. We can eliminate the type of arguments. Okay, but don't mix.
Order means we
No, don't mix like by specifying the type for one argument. Okay, but don't mix like by specifying the type for one argument. And not for other argument. So I just want to tell you how and what are valid and what are invalid. Just observe it. Okay. Just for example, I'm writing. Next, I'll write the complete. Don't worry. But first, I want to, write. For example, I'm writing here. For example, I'm writing here. For example, I'm writing. Just say int x comma int y. Arrow token. I can write system.out.println of x plus y. This is correct. For example. But if I write only x comma y. Okay, let's give a space so that you'll understand. Arrow token. System.out.println of x plus y. This is also correct. This is also correct. First, understand how to write. Okay, this is correct. This is also correct. But if I write int x comma y, system.out.println of x plus y, this is error. Did you get this now? Okay, this is going to give what? Error. This is error. Next, for example, I'm writing x comma y without parenthesis, arrow token, system.out.println of x plus y. This is also error.
No parenthesis is there.
Do you know why this is an error? Because of I'm not adding the parenthesis. But what I told you, parenthesis is mandatory. Parenthesis is mandatory if there is more than one parameter. If there is a single parameter, it is correct. For example, I'm writing X arrow token system.out.println of X into X. This is correct. Because how many parameters are there here? How many parameters are there in this our how many
One.
parameters are there in this lambda expression?
Two.
Only one parameter.
Two.
Okay. In this last example, there is only one parameter. Here is two. Only one parameter. No two parameters. Only one. Who is that one parameter? X.
Yes, sir.
X. Then tell me here, parenthesis is mandatory or optional? Optional.
Optional.
When
sir.
there is only one parameter, parenthesis is optional. But when there is more than one, parenthesis is
Optional.
mandatory.
Sorry, sir. Mandatory.
Yeah. Next. Don't confuse now. Okay. Next. Parenthesis open close.
Sir, sorry, could you repeat
System.out.println.
step once again?
System.out.println. Okay. I'm writing examples now. Please try to understand them. Okay. System.out.println. No argument. For example, I'm writing one message, no argument. This is also correct. But even though there is no argument, compulsory what is required? Parenthesis required. If there are more than one parameter also, parenthesis is required. But if there is a single parameter, then parenthesis is optional. That's why I said this is correct.
Sir, so last two lines, if we corresponding to the functional interface we defined above, if they correlated, it is wrong, right?
No, I'm not correlating. I'm just only writing with respect to my point like arguments list.
Okay.
These are all examples I'm writing with respect to this one.
Okay.
With respect to this statement, I'm writing these examples. I'm not thinking about my example. I have not written that interface here. I'm only writing with respect to my point here, whatever the point I have written.
Yeah,
if there is only one argument, we can eliminate the parenthesis. That example is covered. We can eliminate the type of arguments. That is also covered. But don't mix like specifying the type for one argument and for other argument. That is also covered here. So I'm covering with respect to these points, not with respect to the example. Am I good now, right? Did you understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Folks, am I clear so far with the lambda expression, whatever so far we discussed? Is it clear for you? Give me a reply in chat box. Give me a reply in chat box.
Sir, where we are uploading this notes, sir?
In chat box. In this chat box only.
Oh,
at the end of the class.
okay.
Yeah. I got a few responses I got. I'm asking all of you guys. Many people are there in this session now. Okay. Is so far, did you understood about what I've explained you so far? In with respect to function interface, with respect to lambda expression, whatever we discussed so far. Did you got the concept? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Good. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Good. Nice. Nice. Now let's take up about the body. I want to explain about the body now. I just now told you, if there is a single statement, curly braces are optional. If there are multiple statements, and curly braces are mandatory. So the point is,
Yes, sir.
if the body has one statement, using curly braces is optional. Okay. If the body has one statement, using curly braces is optional. If the body has multiple statements, then what? Using curly braces is mandatory. Did you get this point? The body has multiple statements, using curly braces is mandatory. But if the body has a single statement, then curly brace is optional. Again, let's take up just what is my intentions here. Examples, what examples I'm writing is, first I'll write functional interface and how it can be implemented with a lambda expression. That's it. Those examples I'll write first. How it can be implemented with a lambda expression, that's what I'm writing. Functional interface and how it can be implemented with lambda expression. Correct? Let's see how we can do that. How we can do that, I'll tell you. See, for example, everybody, for example, see here. Let me say the below are the examples of functional interfaces and how the implementation can be provided with lambda expressions. Let's see example 1. I'll start with example 1. The below are the examples of functional interfaces and how the implementation can be provided with lambda expressions. Okay, first my function interface is, I just want to take simple name like my fun1. That's it. At function interface. Of course, it is indication to the compiler. Check there is only one abstract method is there or not. If more than one is there, give me error. Now, for example, interface name is myfun. Myfun is interface, which has abstract method. Return type is void. Let's say method name is add or multiply, whatever, multiply of int a comma int b. Semicolon. Close. This is the function interface now. Now, how can we implement? How can we implement with lambda expression? I wanted lambda expression. How can I get lambda expression now for this interface to provide implementation? First, arguments. Parenthesis start. I told parameter types are optional. So generally we don't write types at any time. Types are optional. Okay, but number of arguments must be same.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Argument names can be different, but number of arguments must be same. 2 arguments are there. A comma B. I must use A comma B only, or can I change to X comma Y also?
You can change to X comma Y.
we can change.
Yes, we can change to X comma Y also. Yes, we can change to X comma Y also. Arrow token.
Body.
Okay, I'll write body. Okay. So what is the return type of this method? Abstract method?
Void.
Void. Return type of the abstract method is what? Void. Which means what? The body of the lambda expression should match with the return type also. Return type is void means what? This lambda expression should not return any value.
Yes.
So it should not return any value means I can print the value of A into B. Did you understand now? This is a lambda expression.
Yes, sir.
Example 2.
Yes,
Example
sir.
2. Example 2. Let's take the same function interface. Now this time, I would like to change the return type of this method is int, int. See, it is also called function interface only, na? Can we call this as
Yes,
a
sir.
function interface?
Yes, sir.
My fun is a function interface, yes. It has how many abstract methods?
Only one.
Only one. Only one abstract method. Name of the abstract method is what? Multiply. Name of the abstract method is what? Multiply.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Yeah. Yeah. Now, guys, can you tell me how to write the lambda expression now?
In the
So
In
generally we don't write.
A and B.
Generally we don't write the. I repeat. Generally we don't write the parameter types. We'll leave them. Just only find out how many parameters are there. Write that many parameters. Types are not required. Leave about types. Leave about types. Leave about
A,
types.
comma, B.
First understand how to write the lambda. Later we will see where do we write this lambda. Okay, wherever we want to provide implementation or wherever we need the interface as a parameter, there we can pass lambda. That we will see. First understand how to write. Later we'll see where to write. Tell me first how to write. Tell me how to write for this. How many parameters?
A, comma, B.
A comma B.
Parenthesis A comma B, arrow bracket,
Within parenthesis A comma B, arrow is a token.
written
Sir.
A into
System.
A plus B.
SOP.
A
X
plus
into Y.
B.
To be
SOP
Sorry?
A into B.
into B.
written A
What is the
into B.
return type there? Return type is what? Int.
Written A into B.
If return type is int, for example, I'm writing system.out.println of A into B. Will it
Yes.
match the return type?
No.
No.
It doesn't match return type, correct? It doesn't match the return type. Return type is what here? Int. But what are you writing here? A into B. System.println will print the output, but it doesn't return the value. It doesn't return the value, am I right?
Return A into
Yes.
B.
So the point is what? This is
A.
not matching.
A into B.
This body doesn't match with the return type, na?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Then what to write?
A
Return
A into B.
A into B. Again, I want to ask you. Tell me, how many statements are there in this body?
One.
One.
One
If
statement.
there is only one statement, in the body of the lambda expression, automatically the calculated value will be returned. You no need of writing return keyword.
Yeah.
If write return A into B, this will give an error. If you just write A into B, it will return the value of A into B. Okay, which means what? The value of A into B will be returned automatically. You know of writing separate return statement. Return statement is not required. That's what you have to learn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is what you have to learn. That's what I'm trying to say.
So we write left to right in normal way, but whereas in this way we write right to left, right, sir? First the
It is-
parameters, then the return. Otherwise,
Yeah, I mean, first always whenever you are writing a lambda expression, our eyes must go to what are the parameters in abstract method.
right, sir.
That's the first thumb rule. From there you should start now. Then you need to check what is the return type.
But
So
we should not write return there. Keyword we should
no.
write
I
out.
mean, if there is one statement, this is the body now. Whatever the value this body is evaluating, that will be automatically returned.
Right.
Okay.
What if we have
Whatever
more than one statement?
whatever the result this expression is returning, whatever the value this expression is calculating or evaluating, that value will be automatically returned because you are not writing SOP statement. Na? It will be automatically returned. So that's why don't write return again.
Sir, this result
If
is
the body
applied
has
to-
multiple statements, then we should use return statement. But if the body has a single statement, which is called single expression. Now this body has a single expression, which is containing single statement. Automatically the evaluated value, after evaluating this expression, the value will be automatically returned. So don't use return statement. This is one more thumb rule to follow.
Okay.
What in case if the body contains multiple statements, then you must return.
Okay.
I can also write it in multiple way, another way. Let me tell you now. This is first way.
So suppose I need to initialize the value, this result is initialized to C.
I'm writing, just wait. Whatever the doubt general student get, I will first get the doubt, I will write answer also. Okay, observe here. A comma B, arrow token, start the curly brace, int C is equal to A into B, return C. This is correct. Now this time, this is second way. Now you understand both the ways. I don't need to explain anything to you. First way, second way, two ways I gave you. You understand them. First way and second way, both you can see and understand. That's it. Because here curly braces I'm using, there are multiple statements in the body. There are multiple statements in the body, so I'm using curly braces. And moreover, I'm storing this expression value in one variable. That's why I'm returning. Okay. Because I'm storing this, the value, expression value into another variable. That's why I'm returning by using return statement. But here what? I want to directly return the value of this expression after evaluation. So don't use return keyword. So both the ways are correct. First way is correct, second way is correct. But in first way, it's a shortcut. Second way is little bit lengthy. Nothing but you should start writing curly braces and two statements like that. That's the difference. Right?
Sir, in the above one, if we give those curly braces, then I can write return A star B, sir, in the first way.
If there is only one statement, one expression, one statement.
Right, sir.
If there is only one expression, you're not storing the expression value in a variable. Just only expression is only are calculating, na?
But if I
automatically
give like within...
expression value will be returned. If you are storing, it will be stored in a variable. If you are not storing, it will be returned. Again, you know to return again. See here, you are not storing A into B in another variable. No? That's why it is going to return automatically.
Right, sir. But if I put the square bracket, that parenthesis, and if I say return A star B, will that be syntactically wrong or is it okay?
This is wrong because you have only one statement.
Oh, okay.
You are evaluating A into B. Are you storing in any variable? No. Automatically returned. Why again you are writing return? It becomes return off like that internally.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It's going to become what? If you write return, it is also internally using return. So your statement becomes what? Return, 2 times return. That's going to give an error. Right? That's going to give an error. So even though what I'm trying to say is, if there is one expression and you are not storing the result in any variable, automatically the expression will be returned from the lambda expression body. Again, don't write return statement separately for that.
In the normal method,
if you are storing in a variable, then you need to return.
Right, sir. In the
That's
normal class method, we can say
that
return
is
A
okay.
star B,
Normal
right,
is
sir?
different, lambda is different. That is okay. Normal, I also agree.
Right. Okay. Okay.
That is different. This is different. Okay. This is with lambda. We have to follow this thumb rule.
Got it. Okay, sir.
Next, example 2 is over. Example 1, example 2. Let's see. Example 3. Okay. Example 3. Let's take which one this time? Okay. Let's take this is my fun is my own interface. Let's see how functional, how comparator we can implement with lambda expression. For example, comparator is an interface. Let's say, for example, comparator is an interface. Okay. If I want, I can add comparator interface completely, but okay, interface comparator of T. It has int, method name is compare of T01 comma T02. Okay, this is comparator. Now let's see how to write lambda expression for this.
One comma also.
Okay, what lambda expression we can write? E1 comma E2 arrow token. See, what are the parameters in there? O1, O2. Is it mandatory to use the same names like O1, O2? Can I change the names to E1, E2 also? Suppose
So we can
this lambda expression I'm providing as implementation for comparator of employees.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so E1 comma E2, 2 employees. I'm comparing 2 employees now. Instead of O1, O2, I'm using E1, E2. I told you already, now parameter names can be different. While writing arguments, parameter name you can change.
Yes.
Okay, arrow token. Parenthesis is mandatory, arrow token. Next, coming to the body. Just I'm writing E1 dot get salary minus E2 dot get salary. E1 and E2 are what? Employees. Employee has a salary. I just want to compare the first employee salary with the second employee salary, and I want return the value. Return type is what? Int. But I'm not using return statement because this is an expression, and that too I have a single statement. If you are storing the result of this expression in a variable, then you must return explicitly. If you only write the expression, automatically the value is returned. You know of writing return statement again. Don't write return statement if you are not storing your expression value in a variable.
Sir,
if you want to store in a variable and you want to return, then you must use curly braces because you are writing 2 statements. That's a point. That's the point you have to catch very fastly.
Sir,
I think, did you understood about now how this comparator is now comparing the salaries of employees now?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay.
Sir, here
Good.
how the generic type is typecasting.
No,
When we are implementing, we are providing.
No, at the time of calling comparator, we are going to pass as an argument for calling a sort method. We are going to say list lst dot sort, one method that we are going to call.
Yes, yes.
That's all. So there, that list is a list of employees. If the list type is employee, the type of list objects is elements type is employee, then these comparator types are also employees. Because we are passing this comparator as an argument to sort the list of employees. The generic type is employee there. Then comparator generic type also employee. That's an answer. Right? Now.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I mean, if our statement is a expression, there is a no written type, right? You mentioned.
If suppose you are writing a single expression,
Yeah.
then automatically that expression after evaluation will be returned. That
Exactly.
expression value will be returned automatically. Don't write return statement again.
In case we write return statement, it throw an error, right?
It is going to give an error, correct?
Okay. Sir, I mean, I have a question here. Suppose in a single statement, there is a no need of curly braces, right? Suppose if I mention a curly braces and I mention return statement with, I mean, single statement in that curly braces, but I mentioned return with
Curly
expression.
braces. Curly braces is optional. It doesn't matter. It doesn't depend on whether you are writing curly brace or not writing curly brace. Concept is what? If expression value is stored in a variable, then you must return by using return statement. Whether you are writing curly brace or not writing curly brace, that is not the question. The question is, if you store the expression value in a variable, then you have to use return statement to return that variable. But if you are not storing that expression value in a variable, then don't use return. Automatically, after evaluating that expression, the value will be returned.
Okay.
It doesn't depend on curly braces you are writing or curly braces you are not writing.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay, you got something on this lambda. Let's try with an example. See here. I will start in IDE. I'll start in IDE. How it is going to work out. Let me do one thing. I will write some simple Java project I'm creating. Let's say lambda test. Okay, first what I will do is I will create one class, employee class I'm creating here, guys. I'm creating one new class. The class name is employee. And package name is com.ashokit.pack1. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll write everything in single place. So first I'll write this class name is main with main method. Above the main class, I'll write employee class. Class employee. And the variables of employer, employee number, name, salary. I want to define a constructor using fields, setters, getters. You know already how to generate all of them using source option. So first I want to generate a constructor using fields. So I got the constructor. Next I want to define all the setter and getter methods. Generate getters and setters for all these fields. You know already now how to create constructor, how to define the setter and getter methods. Next, how to give override the toString method. toString method. You know these things already. These things are mandatory. So I just created one class called employee. Now this is main class. First in main, I want to create one array list object. List of employee. EMP list is equal to new array list. You know this collection type? Because this collections is required from now onwards. It's a list of employees. I want to add some employees to this list. EMP list dot add one new employee. Employee number 7109. Employee name is Scott. Salary is 5,000. Did you understood now? What is the meaning of new employee? What is the meaning of new employee? I'm creating a new employee object. I'm creating a new employee object. That's what new employee. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, like this, I want to add multiple now. Okay, let's say I want to change the number to 7509. Employee name is Alan. Salary is 4,000. This salary is 9,000. This salary is 6,000. This salary is 3,000. And this, let's say this salary is, let's say, I'll use another number.
8,000.
7,000. Okay. I want some number. For a reason, I'm writing all of them like that. Next, this is Clark. This guy is Clark. This guy is Blake. This guy is Wilson. This guy is Miller. Okay. Here. This employee number is 7390. This employee number is 7178. This employee number is 7579. Last, this employee number is 7140. Some employees are there. That's now. Now I have all the list of employees. Now tell me, how can I sort the list of employees now? How can I sort this list of employees on their salaries order? How can I?
Use sort method.
Yeah. I can call sort method. But if I call the sort method, I must pass comparator object.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is
Yes, I
default
can pass
sorting.
comparator object.
That is default sorting.
I'll tell you, there is a sort method in list also. Of course, you know, there is a class called as collections class. Collections.sort is there.
Yeah.
Similarly,
Yes, sir.
directly list.sort is also there.
Yes.
Don't worry about the errors, but I'm talking about. From Java 8, sort method is even given in collection also. We can sort the list directly by calling sort. No need of using collections.sort. We can directly call list.sort because sort method is given as a default method in collection interface. Actually, not collection, in iterable interface. Yeah. Okay. Let's say collection interface. Okay. Sort method. So no need of writing collections.sort. Now what I can do directly list.sort. But when I'm calling the sort method in list.sort, I should pass comparator object. What object? Comparator object. I have to pass argument as a comparator object. You know, comparator is a function interface.
Yes.
Yes.
We know that comparator is a function interface. What I'm saying now?
Yes.
What I'm saying now? What I'm saying is, if any method is accepting a functional interface object as a parameter, what we can pass now? We can pass lambda expression as a parameter. If a method is accepting, this is called functional programming. Okay. What I'm saying, if a method is accepting a functional interface object as a parameter, we can pass lambda expression to that method. Okay. Okay. Tell me, comparator is what? Functional interface.
Functional interface.
Now tell me, this sort method is accepting comparator object as a parameter means what? Functional object as a parameter. if a method is accepting a functional object as a parameter, what we can pass to the method?
Lambda.
Lambda expression. What we can pass to the method? Lambda expression. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Good. Good. Observe here now what I can write. What I can write. EMP list dot sort. Tell me what's the parameter to the sort method?
E1
No, to the sort
parenthesis
method, what is
E1
parameter? Comparator object. Sort method accepts
Comparator.
comparator.
Comparator
Comparator is a
object.
functional object.
Yes.
We know that if a method is accepting functional object as a parameter, what we can pass?
Lambda expression.
Lambda expression as a parameter.
Yes.
If a method is accepting a functional object as parameter, while calling that method, we can pass lambda expression. So tell me what I can pass now. While calling the sort method, what I can pass now? Lambda expression.
parenthesis E1 comma.
So how to write parenthesis now? How to write lambda expression here for comparator? Comparator, whenever you want to write any lambda, again concept, this is base pointer. Many of the students or many of the people are confusing with lambda and feeling that lambda is a very difficult one or not, and confusing or something like that. Base points or base thumb rules are important. Whenever you are writing any lambda expression for a function interface, first our eyes must go to what are the parameters, how many parameters are there in the lambda, in the abstract method. So first comparator, our eyes must go to compare method. Compare method has how many parameters?
Two parameters.
Two parameters.
Two parameters.
Two parameters. So start the parenthesis, within parenthesis write two parameters, E1 comma E2. Then arrow token. Then body na?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. E1 dot get salary minus E2 dot get salary. I'm writing E1 dot get salary minus E2 dot get salary. Okay. I'll tell you why we are getting error. Because I took salary as a double type, na?
Yeah.
The salary double. Tell me what is the return type of compare method? The abstract method? Int.
Int.
That's why I should typecast. This is called explicit typecasting.
Yes.
Do you know this explicit typecasting?
Yes, sir.
We are providing the target type within the parenthesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first calculate this value, but this is going to give me what? This is going to give me what?
Double.
Double.
I'm typecasting that double to what type now?
Indeed.
Int, because it should match with the return type now.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a question. Are you writing return statement here?
No.
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 We are writing expression. Automatically, this expression is evaluated and value is returned also, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. For
So
example,
do we
if I
need to
write
give the wrapper integer there or just in a primitive int, sir?
int only, just primitive int is enough.
Primitive integer is in.
There is no wrapper primitive difference now from Java 5 onwards because of auto boxing.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Java
Sir,
will
you
take
said,
care of that.
Java 11 onwards, something is introduced. Which one is that, sir? List dot sort, sir?
No, that is Java 8 onwards.
List dot sort, right, sir?
Yes, correct.
Okay, sir.
Previously, we have collections dot sort.
Right, sir.
But now we can use collections dot sort as well as list dot sort directly. List dot sort, set dot sort, queue dot sort, like that. Directly we can call sort.
Makes sense.
Without using collections dot. Okay. Now see, if I use the return, I'm getting an error line number 53. That's what I'm saying.
Sir,
this is what you're asking me, right? Repeatedly, you're asking me the same question. I want a return statement that what I told you will get an error. Line number 53 is an error now.
Yes. Sir, in front of return, just put one curly braces. Yeah, and close the curly braces with semicolon. Yeah, before the semicolon also please mention. Before the curly braces.
Before the curly braces?
Yeah, semicolon just mention, sir.
I mentioned semicolon.
Before the curly brace. Not
before,
after that.
No,
After the
okay,
curly
sorry.
braces.
Okay. You are asking me to write like a statement, huh?
Yeah.
Written statement you are asking me.
Then it will be working. Right?
It is working now. Yeah, it's correct. It's working. If you write within curly braces, okay, you can use written with a single statement.
Yes.
It is working now. Means with a semicolon. Okay. Now what I will do is I will remove written. I'll remove written. Curly braces are there. Actually, one statement only there. But this one statement we are putting within curly braces. Curly braces are optional actually here because we have only one statement. But if you are keeping curly braces, then we must use written. If I remove the curly braces for one statement, don't use written. That's what I am telling from long time. No semicolon also, because one statement only, no? If I write written, for example, if I write written, then what I am getting? Error at line number 53. That's what I'm saying. What is happening now? If there is no curly braces are there and only one statement is there, this expression is evaluated, value is returned. Don't write return statement again. If you write within curly braces and write return, that is okay. When there is only one statement, curly braces are optional. Directly the value is written. Now tell me finally, whatever I'm passing here, this is called as what expression?
Lambda.
Lambda expression. Actually, what sort method accepts?
Comparator. In class.
Comparator object.
implement
Comparator is a functional object, right? So if any method accepts a functional interface object as a parameter, what we can pass? Lambda expression. Question is, are you creating any comparator class today?
No.
No. Tell me, instead of creating a separate comparator class by implementing comparator interface, can we replace it just by passing the lambda expression now?
Yes.
So which means what? Lambda expressions are reducing the number of
Coding.
number of
Number of 9.
classes. Number of classes reduces the
Classes,
code.
sir.
Will make the
Yeah.
code very cleaner. Will make the code very cleaner. Will make the
And
code very
simple.
short.
Sir, in this
Yes, sir.
example, we didn't have any functional interface, but this employee list dot sort has a functional method that we can.
The sort method accepts function object as a parameter, so we are passing lambda expression.
Okay.
Sir,
I don't have my own function interface in this example.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Sir, in
I don't have
general,
my
what,
own.
in general, what we do means we need to create one different class and we need to
Generally, I want to tell you, we
Yes.
don't create our own function interfaces mostly. We use existing ones only, comparator, comparable, I told predicate, or consumer, supplier, function. For them only we pass lambda expression as a parameter. Okay. Creating our own function interface is very rare. Okay. Good. Now how to see really the employees are sorted in ascending order of the salary or not? So system.out.println employees after sorting in salary ascending order.
Sir, to begin with, I think it is better to give like those curly braces and give written, and afterwards, once we are habituated, then we can get rid of those
Yeah, you
curly
can
braces
also
and
do like
written.
that. Okay, whatever. Yeah, of course, if you know the concept, you can write in any way.
Right, sir.
Okay, that's good. So employees after sorting in salary ascending order. Let's display them. Now coming to the point, 1 second. Here also I want to tell you. Previously we know for loop, which is called for each loop.
Yes, sir.
Yes, for each loop is there.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Now again I want to explain here. There is a method called for each method. in collection interface, for each method is given. For each method accepts consumer object. Who is consumer?
Functional interface.
Who is consumer? I gave you a list now.
Functional, sir.
Today I gave a list of function interfaces.
Functional interface.
Very good. Okay, here. Consumer is also function interface.
Yeah.
It has an
Yes.
abstract method called what?
Accept.
Accept. Tell me, can I provide implementation of consumer with lambda? Using lambda expression, can I provide implementation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But if I want to provide implementation using lambda, and if I want to pass it as a parameter, then tell me, first of all, my eyes must go to where?
Parameter.
Parameters.
Parameters. How many?
One.
Only one.
Parameter. And also return type. Method name is not important. Parameters, return type. First parameters, then return type. Tell me how many parameters are required?
One.
One parameter. It should return the value or should not return the value?
Not written.
Not return.
Should not. Because what is the return type?
Void.
Void. If it should not return the value, means I have to print the value there only, na?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Means I can use SOP.
Yes.
Correct. Let me see. I will explain both at a time now in one example. Sorry. Just give me a second. I'll drink water and I'll continue. Just a minute. Yeah. Now, guys, I want to continue now. See here. There is a method called for each method given. Now you know of using for loop. Like for each loop. Instead of for each loop, you have a for each method. Okay. And this method is given in collection interface. Tell me, if this method is given in collection interface, then this method I can use it with a list, with a set, and with a queue also, no?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Did you agree with my point?
Yes, sir.
So this is Java
Yeah.
8's one, sir. 8
Java,
features.
Java 8. Default methods are given from Java 8 only, no? Better I will show you with opening that. First, I want to open java.util.iterable. This is the iterable interface. Iterable is from java.lang. You can see now what's the method given for each. What is accepting? Leave about this type, generic type. Just see the interface name. What's the interface name?
Consumer.
Consumer. You know, consumer is a what type of interface?
Functional interface.
Function interface, you can see. And can therefore be used as a assignment target for a lambda expression or a method reference. Method reference we'll discuss later. But lambda expression we can use now. Because it's what type of interface?
Functional.
Functional. What's the only one abstract method?
Accept.
Accept. How many parameters it has? One. And what's the return type here?
Void.
Void. Okay. Tell me, for each method is a default method now? Is a default method given in which interface? Iterable. Iterable interface. Correct? Who is the child interface of iterable? Collection. Collection is an interface which extends iterable.
Hello?
Did you?
ఏం లేదురా నేను
Did you understand?
చేసినట్టుగానే నువ్వు చేయలేపో.
Salman, mute yourself.
Okay. Are you getting my point? Collection is an interface which extends what? Iterable. Please try to understand, guys. Okay. Please try to understand.
Right, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When I am taking the class for you, almost I got 7 missed calls. but I have not answered even a single one also because my dedication is like that. Okay. I got 7 missed calls now. After this class, I need to call the 7 people. Huh? Right. Please try to understand now. Collection is an interface which extends iterable. Okay. There is a for each method coming from iterable to the collection, and from collection is coming to the list set queue also.
Yes,
Because
sir.
list, set, queue,
Yes, sir.
these
Yes,
are all
yes.
the child types of collection.
Yes.
So
Yes.
can I directly call for each method now? For each is a default method given in iterable interface now.
Yes.
Yeah.
From iterable it is inherited to collection. From collection it is inherited to list, set, and queue. Everything, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me. Now you tell me. Instead of writing a for loop, which method I can call?
For each method.
For each method.
For each method.
For each method. emp list dot for each.
For each.
What is the parameter for each method accepts? Consumer object.
Yes, sir.
Consumer
Yes,
is what? Function
Lambda.
interface.
Lambda
Yes.
expression.
So can we pass lambda expression as a parameter now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. To write the lambda expression, first your I must go to where?
Parenthesis.
Parameters of
Where-
abstract method.
Abstract method. What's the abstract method of consumer?
Accept.
See the
Accept.
parameter, how many?
Oh,
One.
One parameter.
One parameter of type T. T means any type, no?
Yes.
Generic
Yes.
type. One parameter. One parameter means, tell me, parenthesis is mandatory or optional while writing the lambda expression argument?
Optional. Optional.
Optional. So E, arrow token. Or the return type of accept?
Void.
Void.
Void means it should not return any value, no?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Just print it.
The lambda expression body should not return any value, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
System dot out dot println na fee. Anyhow, I want to display the each employee, right?
Yes.
What I want to for each employee, what I want to display, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now instead of writing your normal for loop, iterator, or for each loop, just now we can reduce it into just one line of code.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because it is possible with the help of which expression? Lambda.
Lambda expression.
Now you understood. So what are the use of lambda expressions? Why lambda expressions are very important nowadays in Java programming?
To
Java
write
8 is very,
concise
very
code.
important, right? All the real-time business logic written in Java 8 only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So why Java 8 is more important? Why lambdas are very important in Java 8, lambdas and streams?
To simplify.
They will simplify the code. They will reduce the number of lines of code. While processing your collections, it will reduce the number of lines of code. It will reduce the number of classes. It makes the code more readable, more concise, very short. That's why these are important. Okay. Let's run this program. Now you see you got employees after sorting in salary ascending order. First salary 3,000, next salary 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Correct? You got in which order?
Yeah.
Ascending order.
Ascending.
Actually, if you don't know about today's class, earlier what you did? Earlier, suppose today you know about lambda expression, function interface, all these things, and you got a list.sort method. Sort method is a default method given in collection interface. So you got today. But before today's session, when you compare yourself up to yesterday, you know how you are sorting the employees in ascending order.
Create a
salaries,
new
other
class.
names ascending order like
Class.
that.
We have to create
First you are
implemented class.
creating one class, comparator. You are creating a class, implements comparator. Then you are overriding compare method. Then you are passing that comparator object as a parameter. Am I right or not?
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
sir.
Now instead of creating that class and then creating the object and doing all these things, now we can pass lambda expression directly.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is reducing your classes, reducing the code. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly.
That's why it is given. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
If you
Yes.
apply name also, sir, along with the salary
Right.
and name also, if you want to.
So
sort,
now,
sir.
I'm giving a separator. Now question is, now I want to sort the employees. I want to display the employees in descending order of salary from 9,000 to 3,000. Can you tell me what to write?
E2 minus E1. E2 dot
E-
get
The
salary.
same
E2.
statement.
We
The
can
same
dot
statement.
reverse, dot reverse.
Correct? Same statement, na?
Yes, sir. Say
But
Yes,
what to
sir.
write here?
E2
E2 dot get salary minus.
Minus
minus
E1.
E1. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Please understand me. I'll write some comments in the code itself for each method code, for each method related statement, sort method related statement. I'll write. Tell me, if you want to sort in descending order, guys, if you want to sort the employees in descending order, before Java 8, you don't know today's class, you know up to yesterday only. Then tell me you have to create one more comparator class, one for ascending order sorting and one for descending order sorting.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes,
sir,
but
yes, sir.
now from today, what you can do now, you can avoid those classes now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, we can just pass what? Lambda expression as a parameter.
Lambda expression.
We can provide the implementation for comparator with the lambda expression also,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
because comparator is a function interface.
Function.
If it is a normal interface, can you use lambda expression to
No, we
implement
can't
it?
use
No, we can't
No,
use.
sir.
It is only for,
functional interface.
Functional
Functional
interface.
interface.
it is reducing number of classes, making the code very short, concise and more readable. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Done. Let's run this program. Now, did you get the point? First one is ascending order, 3,000 to 9,000. Now see the descending order, 9,000 to 3,000. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Good. First, I want to
Sir,
add some
if you want to
statements. This
apply the
example,
name
I'll give
also,
it to you. I'll write some
sir, if
comments
you
here.
want salary and name also, sir, in that case, combination.
You can, if you want, for example, sort in IDs ascending order or IDs descending order, names ascending order, names descending order, then you tell me these many number of classes you have to write, or we can use lambda
Where is the
expressions.
get salary method, sir? Here,
Sorry.
get salary method is where you define that.
Setter getter methods are there in
Oh,
class.
okay,
Getter,
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Done.
Sir,
Let me write some
combination it's
comments.
possible, sir. Combination, is it possible? Salary and name like that?
No. See, if you want to sort either in ascending out of salary or descending out of salary is a double type. Name is a string type.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So we cannot compare the both, right?
Both salary and plus end condition even dot get name dot compare to like that. It's not possible, sir.
No. If you want, you can also do. At the time of writing here, whatever the logic you want, you write now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Here only I'm only just writing salary minus salary,
Salary.
but you compare names, then salaries, and return the value. That is also okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. End condition and even dot get.
Yes. Logic is your choice now. I don't want to talk on that. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Here, I want to give comment here. So comment from Java 8. Okay, from Java 8. Collection interface has provided a default method. What's the method name? Sort. Has provided a default method sort of comparator. It has provided one default method called sort. Na? From Java 8, collection interface has provided default method sort. Am I clear now? So far? Next point I will write. Now tell me, while calling the sort method, what we can pass as a parameter?
Function interface object.
We can pass. Okay. When a method accepts a functional interface object when a method accepts a functional interface object as parameter. Function interface object means of type. So directly for interface, we can't create object. Don't confuse now. What's the meaning of function interface object? It's implementation class object. Okay. Okay. Because for interface, we can't create object now.
Yes, sir.
There's no constructor. There is no constructor in interface.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can't create object. Interface does not have a constructor. We cannot construct the object. Okay. So function interface object is a parameter. When a method accepts a function interface object is a parameter, then we can pass lambda expression as parameter while calling the method. Okay. Did everybody get my point? That's why we are passing what object here? What we are passing here? Lambda. We are passing what expression?
Lambda expression.
Lambda expression. Okay. While calling the method. Same thing applicable for what here? For each. Now tell me from Java 8. Iterable. Who is iterable? It's a base for collections. Sorry, collection. Who is the super of collection? Who is the super interface of collection interface?
Iterable.
Iterable. Iterable. Iterable to collection. Collection to list. Collection to set. Collection to queue. Am I right?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Iterable interface has provided a default method what's the method name? For each of consumer. Remember, who is consumer? That's why I have already given today the table. Consumer is also one of the functional interface. Okay, right? So, all right. Consumer is a functional interface. So we can pass what? What expression we can pass?
Lambda expression.
Lambda. We can pass lambda expression as a parameter. As a parameter while calling that method. Did you understand this, guys? Everyone, am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Okay, did you get my point, everyone? Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Right. I want to copy this code for you. Go through this example. Try to practice this example. I have given comparing, sorting 2 times, salary ascending order, salary descending order. Bottom, you continue employee numbers ascending order, employee number descending order. Employee names ascending order, employee names, that is your practice. So you have to call again sort method by passing lambda expression, for each method by passing lambda expression, like that. So this code I will copy for you. You expand this program with employee numbers, employee names, ascending, descending, ascending, descending.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Example, to sort the list of employees in salary
Using lambda.
or ascending and descending, in ascending and descending order of Salaries.
Salaries.
What happened to my code? Just a minute. Okay, na? The complete code I have copy pasted in the document. Please go through it. Please go through it. Okay. So, did you get some idea on how the lambda expressions we can able to write now?
Yes, sir.
Because lambda expression we started. Next, we will start with the stream concept. Tomorrow, we are going to start with the stream API.
Sir,
Tomorrow, we're going to start the stream API. In streams, every method will take lambda expression only as a parameter. Nothing but they accept a functional object as an argument. So we can pass lambda expression. So lambda, we started now. We will continue in streams also. That's what I'm trying to say.
hello, sir.
Yeah.
If you want to find the second highest salary, then which logic
That is,
will be used?
that is called processing. Generally,
Okay.
students are having, I accept your enthusiasm, but concept is if you want to do processing the collection,
Okay.
this is only displaying the collection, right? Sorting and displaying.
Okay. Okay.
See, I'm not saying that I want to display only the employees with a salary more than 5,000 salary,
Okay.
or I want to display the employees who's having less than 5,000 salary. That is called processing. That processing can be done with streams.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good to know.
Sir, what?
Yeah.
Sir, what? I did not catch you, sir. You mean less than 5,000 means processing
That is
means
processing. I mean, see, in this example, I'm not processing. I'm just only sorting in ascending, descending order. That's it.
what? Okay, sir. Okay.
But I'm not applying any processing. Like if salary is more than 5,000, then only show me. Display only those employees, not all the others. That is, I'm not doing any such kind of thing. That is
Right.
possible with streams.
Now we are just comparing. We are not displaying or anything.
Yeah, we are
working on
not
this.
applying any such kind of criteria.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Got it. Which is
Sir,
called
for
filtering.
for interview questions, which ones we can refer, sir? Any document or any link you can refer, sir? Because people asking left, right, center these questions, sir.
If possible, get all my core Java recordings from Ashok IT.
Okay, sir.
Then you can crack any interview.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Sir,
that if it's
I
possible.
asked about your 7 o'clock class, sir. Nobody responded yet. Any other number I have to reach register for that SMBP, that is Spring Boot microservice class, sir?
I will. So if anybody want to reach out, I will just type the to everyone I'm sending in the contact this admin.
Okay, sir.
Let me give you the number.
Sir, is it a regular class from tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll take the session, guys. Yeah. Somebody is saying RAM or send the notes fastly. You have to wait, guys. Fastly means I can't
But
do.
one dot, sir. But tomorrow, like 9:30, there is a Spring Boot microservice class from 9:30.
Okay, tomorrow's session I already told you, up to 9:30 only. I have class at 9 o'clock only. Actually, I'll wind up the class tomorrow at almost
Same
9,
Zoom link,
9:15 only. I will wind up the class tomorrow at 9 or 9:15 only, not more than that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Because I have class at 9 o'clock actually. Just a minute, guys. Okay. Somebody asked about
Notes, sir.
all I will share. Be patient for one minute.
Yeah. So where you are uploading this?
In chat box only. You will receive in chat only.
Oh.
So I have sent one number with the name Vishwanath. Connect with this guy.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. To
Sure,
get
sir.
any links, related notes, or whatever that you want. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. We'll reach them. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you share your email also, sir, in case any questions or anything to reach you, or
Sure,
you have
sure.
any Google or any classroom or anything like that?
I'll share my email ID.
Okay, sir.
I'm sending my WhatsApp number and my email ID.
Okay, sir.
Those whoever want it, you please note it down and you can ping me in WhatsApp or you can send me an email. I've sent everyone.
Okay.
That's my WhatsApp number and that's my email ID. And okay,
Yeah, got it. So thank you.
cool. And now the announcement is tomorrow I'll start the session at 7 o'clock only because at 9:15 I need to wind up the class because at 9, even not 9:15, at 9 o'clock only I will wind up. So please join the session tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Please
Sir,
join the
same
session
link?
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Please join the session tomorrow at 7 a.m., not 7:30, 7 a.m.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, we have
Okay.
the Ashok sir class also same time, sir. He JRTP, sir.
Okay, that I mean, you need to adjust. I don't know then how do you adjust, but that I can't say.
7:30
You
means
want
at
to
least
attend that attend Ashok class and then you want to listen to the recording of this class, that is okay. Otherwise, you want to attend this class and you want to listen to the recording of that class, that is okay. That you decide. That is your options.
how to get your recording, sir, for this one?
Please ask the admin. That's why I shared a number, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'll continue from here. Tomorrow I'll continue from the place where I stopped today. Tomorrow I will continue. So I want to share the notes meanwhile to refer this. In chat box, I'm sending my notes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, if possible, please create one Google Classroom, sir. That way we can.
No, actually we have Ashokati portal.
Okay,
But
sir.
portal access you don't have. You don't have a portal access now because it's a free workshop. You're not maybe all of you guys are not the existing people of Ashokati. So we don't have any username and a password to access our portal.
Okay, sir. Okay.
We have already LMS, okay.
Right.
Okay. So I think you got the document.
Vijay sir creates this Google Classroom, sir. Even though we have LMS, he creates Google Classrooms. That's where he shares some of the documents.
Yeah. Generally, what I will do is in Ashokati portal only, I'll share the documents to every of my sessions.
Okay, sir.
Ashokati portal, where we have the option to upload the notes and where the batch candidates can able to view the notes and can download.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Through portal only. Yeah.
Sir, I have only one abstract method in my interface. In that case, the functional interface annotation is optional or is it mandatory?
No, it's optional only. I told already yesterday also, right? It is only just to tell the compiler that if I'm violating, then give me an error. If I'm not violating, then don't give me an error.
Okay. And one other scenario, my interface having one abstract method, one default method, and
any number of default methods it can have. That is also function interface only. Again, function interface is optional.
Oh.
If you are, as long as your interface is containing a single abstract method, writing function interface is not mandatory.
Okay.
It is just only a caution. What if I'm violating it? For example, if I'm adding more than one abstract method by mistake, but compiler should notify me that error.
Okay.
And for that reason, we add annotation at that function interface. In that way, it works. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, the default is not there before Java 8, right, sir? Only at the package level, package and kits, we have that default, parent class and subclass.
That default is different. That is access modifier default.
Right, sir.
This is a default keyword for method in interface.
Right, sir. But this is not there before Java 8, right, sir?
No, it is not there. Default keyword is not there. Default
Right.
access modifier is there. If you don't write
Right.
anything, by default is default.
Right.
So
For
suppose
methods,
I'm
default was
using,
not there before Java 8. Right, sir? For method, we never had this
Default
one.
method is not there. For method, right? No, default methods are there. Access modifier default is there. In interface, default methods are not there before Java 8.
Hmm. Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Then, okay, this document contains both yesterday's document and today's document. And please go through it. Please join tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Okay. That's tomorrow. I'll
Yes, sir.
start at 7 o'clock only, not at 7:30.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, somebody is asking what is this core Java material? Please send core Java material. I don't have any core Java material separated to send you. Like this, day-wise class notes will be uploaded to Ashokati portal. From there, the people has to download. Okay. Day-wise documents only that are already uploaded, that are removed. So only this Java 8 features is there with me. That's what whatever I'm typing now. Yeah.